Welcome back. So today's look, as you can read by the title, it is my go-to date night look. So first we're going to prep our eyes using our Urban Decay Primer Potion, and it's in the color Eden. And then for the look, we're going to be using the Morphe 350 palette. I love this palette. It's very versatile. You can create a lot of looks with it, and it's affordable. So I'm going to set that primer with this bone color shade, and we're just going to dust that all over the lid. And then we're going to go in with our first transition shade. I'm using the Sigma E40 to blend this color into the crease, and I'm just going to blend it from inner corner to outer corner, doing small circular motions up to the brow bone. Now I'm going to go in with a little darker brown, and I'm going to concentrate this color on the outer corner of the eye and blend it slightly into the crease. I'm using a Morphe brush. I don't remember the number, but I'll list everything down in the description box as always. And we're just going to blend that into the outer corner and into our crease. Now we're going to go into a slightly more reddish brown color from the palette. And I'm going to just repeat the same steps, concentrate it on the outer V, and then slightly blend it into our crease, so it gives a nice gradient effect. And then of course you want to go in with a clean blending brush, and you just want to marry all those colors together, and so there are no harsh lines. For the lid, we're going to go in with these two shades and mix them together. And I'm going to spray a little bit of our setting spray just to intensify the shimmer. And I'm just going to concentrate this from the inner corner to about the middle of the lid. And then I'm going to go in one more time with our blending brush and just blend those edges together. So before darkening up the eye look, I go in with my NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and I'm just going to create a wing. This is just going to help as a reference before placing the darker shadow. Why do I say that so freaking weird? My head hurts, guys. It does. So this is the shade we're going to use. And we're going to take a pencil brush, and I'm just going to start right against the liner and then bring it in towards the crease just slightly. And then I want to blend it together, of course, because no harsh lines, haha. I'm just packing on a little more of that lid shade just because we lost the intensity when doing all the blending. So that's what I'm doing here. And then we're going to prep our lashes and curl them for our false lashes. So for the lashes, I do them off camera along with my eyebrows. I have an eyebrow tutorial, which I will link down below if you want to see a more in-depth video. But the lashes that I do use are the Ardell Double Up Wispies, which are amazing. So right now I'm just coating my brows so they don't move throughout the day with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then I'm doing my brow bone highlight. And then I'm just going to take the blending brush with no additional product and just pretty much blend my brow with the transition shade so it's nice and smooth. So moving on to the face, I'm using, of course, my Dr. Brandt Pores No More, which is my favorite primer ever on the face of the earth. I use it pretty much in every tutorial. And then for foundation, I'm actually trying a new one, which I've been wanting to try for a while, which is the Smashbox 15 Wear Hydrating Foundation, which is oil-free. So this was my first time using it. I'm in the shade 1.2, and I do like it. I'm not 100% on it yet, but I gotta keep using it to see how I truly feel about it. But so far, so good. So now I'm just concealing as usual using my Urban Decay Weightless Concealer. And then I'm going to set that concealer in place using my MAC Prep and Prime Pressed Powder and just dusting that under the eyes. And then for the rest of the face, I'm using my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in Light Plus to set the rest of the foundation. For bronzer, we're going to use Makeup Geek Bad Habit. I always use this as well because it's just amazing. So I'm going to pretty much just bronze up the face and then contour slightly using also Makeup Geek Infidelity. I don't want a harsh contour, I'm just slightly doing it just to add a little more definition to my cheeks. And then for my under eye highlight, oops, sorry about that, I'm going to brighten it up using my MAC Emphasize Powder mixed with Anastasia Banana Powder, and I'm just going to place that directly under the eyes. It just gives it a nice brightening effect and lifts up that area. For blush, I'm going to mix these two blushes, which is Makeup Geek Spellbound and also Romance, and dust that onto the cheeks. And then we're going to move back to the lower lashes. I'm just taking a flat definer brush and I'm putting this closest to my lashes, which is a dark brown, and then I blend it out with that reddish brown that we used in our crease with a pencil brush. You want to coat your bottom lashes, of course, don't forget that. So I'm using the Clinque Bottom Lash Mascara, and then I'm going to put a cream color pencil in the waterline. You can use black if you want to make it a little more dramatic. Next, we're going to highlight. Now, this is the Hourglass Ambient Light palette, and I just like to mix all these together. It doesn't give you such an intense highlight. It's more of a subtle glow within. So that's what I was shooting for, and I like how it turned out. And then, of course, I always take my Duo Fiber brush and just blend everything together. And then for my inner corner highlight, we're going to just take this shimmery shade and then pop that into our inner corners. For the lips, I went in with MAC, I think it's Lovelorn, or I don't know, I'll list it down below. But to line my lips, I go in with MAC Boldly Bare, and then I'm going to use the MAC lipstick on top. But once I did that, I didn't really like how pink it turned out. So I go in with MAC Velvet Teddy and I put that right on top. Once I'm done with the lips, then of course you want to set everything in place and prolong your makeup. So I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, which is one of my favorites. And once you do that, this is the final look. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. And if you are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any future videos. And I will see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.